Hello. Today I have a very bad news that my paper was rejected, was just rejected by triple AI because I submitted my main paper with my appendix, and writing this paper takes a lot of my effort. This is the most confident submission that I have ever made. Although I think there are some imperfections, but it's the best paper that I have ever made, and I took much effort in doing this paper. I have been working all day, all night long, like I told you, on the night of August the 1st, I stay up all day long worked from 10 p.m. to in the morning and 8 a.m. and then submitted that paper and revised them several times. And I have a rest for 2 days, sleeping and still feel very sleepy. I think I have ruined my healthy for this to submit this paper, but I am desk rejected just because this conference has a different rule. I have this they I think last year at the same time I submitted to this conference, it told us that the main paper, that the submission should only include the main paper and the references. So I use this rule to submit the paper and then submit to other conferences, and the ICML reviewers just rejected my paper, saying that appendix is not a supplemental material. So after that, I submitted my paper to NIPS and used by combining the main paper and the appendix together into one document, and I received some very good comments, some very good reviews. One of the reviewers even gave me a 5 score. That is a full score. That is accept score for me, and I feel very encouraged with it. And the other people don't have some don't like some of it. So I withdrew my paper, and I submitted my paper to triple AI this time, and I revised a lot and make it adapted to three large graphs, and all get very good performance. And then now my paper was desk rejected, and they give me an email saying that your paper is include appendix. That is violation to our rules, so we have to reject it. There's no chance for you to get accepted because we have 28,000 submissions this year. 28,000 submissions, that's a lot. I think last year is only 10,000 submissions, but this year is almost 3 times submission as before. So they have too many submissions, so the paper desk rejected me, and they're saying that there are so many people withdraw their paper and then withdraw, and would take us much efforts. So we don't want to waste the time to doing that. But I didn't withdraw or not withdraw. They shouldn't treat me as a withdraw or not withdraw. I just put my appendix and the main paper into one file, and then the desk reject me. This conference is held in Singapore. I think Singapore is an Asian country. They are very they are very cruel to people, because I recently heard a top university graduate who had a PhD in the best university and had a master's degree in Oxford University, and now he can't find a job in Singapore but has to do food delivery. So I think the Asian countries like Singapore are very cruel to people, and they always made very bad choices. To your efforts, I have made so much effort to make this paper. I don't think that there's so much wrong in it. Just submit my paper with my appendix, as the other top conferences said that you shouldn't submit your paper, your appendix in the supplemental material. So so I think not starters, okay. So I think that is what I want to say, that this Asian country is very cruel to people. They demise people's efforts, and so it's so good not to live in Asian countries like Singapore. And also and this is and in this video I just wanted to say, those people who are powerless should be loyal. Like if I am loyal to this conference Triple AI in the first time that I submitted it, I like it very much, and I submitted and I read carefully about its instructions. It told us what to do and what not to do. So I submit my appendix in the supplemental material and get received very well. But I also tried other conferences, but other conferences have different rules, and then they would reject my paper because I submit my appendix in the supplemental material. So if I am loyal to this conference, then I shouldn't have this problem. And so this is what I'm talking about. You should to be loyal. And also I also so different conferences have different rules. Though people like me, so powerless, should learn to be loyal, to comply with these powerful things. Like I was taught in ICML, they taught that appendix is appendix, supplemental material is not a supplemental material. And now this Triple AI saying that you should submit your appendix in the supplemental material. So it seems like every time they are right and I am wrong. So I should completely loyal to them. And also there is another loyalty issue talking about is about a culture shock. I think in China, if I joke about people that if someone come to my parents' house, and then such as my uncle, then I would say, get out, don't go into my house. And and then my uncle would be very, very angry, and he would bear it in mind and never love me anymore. And that is what happened in China. That these things, anything that you did not so polite to them, they will remember it all the time. But last night my boyfriend made a joke about me after we watched a very romantic movie. It's based on a true story. This movie named Mrs. Wilson is talking about a man have 4 wives, or every wife considered his only wife after he died. And and it's a true story. And then after this story, my boyfriend and I decided to go to the supermarket. My boyfriend said to me, "Get out, Qin, get out, Qin, and never come back. And get out first and never come back." And then I know that is a joke, but when I heard it, I feel very sad about it. I think the first impression is I wanted to teach him that you shouldn't make such a joke, because we are adults. We are adults to make decisions. When you said things like that, because I care about that, because I respect you, and I think all people respect you, and respect you because it is your house. You saying things like that, it has some effects. if like someone humiliate you, that get out and you don't get out, then maybe next time then they will beat you. So for the instinct, then every people will react very instinctively, just will never give you, will never love you again, will never be intimate to you again. And then I feel very angry and sad. And then I know that is I kind of know that it is a joke, but it can't be completely a joke. It might be connected with something else. Like I used to get out of the house on my own and then walked in a way that I will never come back. It just seems very handsome to walk out. And this time when he said that, just feels so coincidence with what is happening before. And so after when I get out of the house, he was locking the door. I walked on my own. And he finally catch up with me, and I kind of to say to him that do you really mean it that you want me to get out and never come back? And he seems more angry and more sad about me. Said that it is completely a joke. If you don't know it's a joke, then you don't know me at all. Then you don't know me at all, and then things like it's like all my fault. It's not love him at all, and then things like. So I don't think this is I just think this thing they shouldn't joke, because when two people are when intimate with each other, but you still have a chance to get away from them. So I can't force my opinions upon you when you said that you want me to get out. If you said that thing, then I would think like that, because that is our two different people. I am not you. Even you say this to your parents would feel very sad too, and like it is your house and not your parents. So I want to teach him that, but I think he wouldn't like me to teach him, because we are all adults. No one wants to be lectured on. So I feel my mind just blowing a lot, thinking about of these things that and quite sad about it. I really want him to say that, oh Qin, I'm so sorry that I would never joke things like that anymore. I really want him to say that, and I want to be grumpy until he says apologize to me and promised never say that thing anymore. And but but he didn't. But I think but he just ignored this. But it is always in my mind, and I know that is a joke. But I really want him to never happen again. So what is this story about what I want to say? Those powerless should be lawyer. That is what I learned in China, is that don't joke about this. And the people and because Chinese people are very bad, are very cruel to each other. Like this Singaporean conference, they are very cruel to people. Like I used so much effort to make this submission of my paper just because the appendix is included. Then he included in the main paper, not in the supplemental material. Then they would reject my paper. So it means like Asian people, like Singapore, like Chinese, they very demise, look down upon people's efforts. They would waste all your efforts. Like you, if they don't like you, they would really one day would say that get out and never come back. That is really happening in China. So this, but in Western culture, like my boyfriend would know that in real life, no one would really say this thing to other people and to their closed ones. But it is a real thing in China. So I think if I borrowed that idea into the Western into the Western culture, when I getting along with my boyfriend, that would become so disastrous to our relationship. So I just want to say that those powerless should learn to be loyal. Yeah, that is what I want to say. The first lawyer is when you submit a paper to different conferences, you should be loyal to the conference guidelines. Although they contradict with each other, although they are of the top or all of the top conferences. Second, when you are getting along with people from Asian and the Western culture, they are very, very completely different people. Asian people can do very evil things to other people, very impolite things. And but these things, when in Western culture, they never do these things at all. So they would just say it like a joke. But that is a real thing happening, and it happened a lot in China. That happened to me. So when my boyfriend joked about that, get out and never come back, that really reminds me a lot of bad memories. Because when I was in China, when other people treat me so badly, I have no choice, and I have still to stay there, and then I hate them. That is my experience. I don't want to hate my boyfriend and hold a grudge to him, because he's not like that. And I also is very inertia to other people's evil and impolite, because Asian people are very evil to me, saying these things to me. Or get out! You are useless. You are useless, and you things like that said to me a lot. These things, and it really happened a lot of these things. So it really happened, and I was so inertia to react, because other people treat me so badly, but I am so immersed in my own world that I don't react to that. I don't fight back. I don't argue back. It is so I kind of sign. But as time goes by, these things, maybe I am very, very gentle, but as the stimulation becomes more and more, gets me a little bit glowing my aggressive to my hostility to other people. So when I have grown so much now, so from so little, from grow so much hostility, but still quite an inertial period. But I don't want to then all this growth, so bad experiences, then all come to my boyfriend. And my boyfriend is completely joking about it. So yeah, that is I want to reverse to the Western, just discard all the Asian culture and stick to the Western culture, that Western people's habits. That is what I want to say. Thank you. I think, do you hear my alarm? I think my oven chicken is alarm clock now. So bye bye.